Alright, we're dealing with augmented 6 chords, identifying and resolving. We've done Italian, we've done French, and so guess what? We're going to get German 6/5 here. Alright, so let's talk about how you'd get to identifying this in the first place as a German 6/5. You might see right away that you've got a 6 that's augmented. If you're stacking up in thirds, you would notice that it's an augmented 6 chord because of a diminished third in there. Let's stack it up. You have those notes with some accidentals, G sharp and a B flat. You see the diminished third? That does not compute as any of the kinds of triads that we've learned. And that's your signal that we're dealing with some kind of augmented 6 chord. Okay, so if you're dealing with an augmented 6 chord, what kind is it? How do we get German 6/5? Well, we need to think of it in a key to do the scale degree method. So let's determine the key. We know flat 6 is in the bass. And that means tonic is a third higher, a major third higher. So a major third above B flat is D. That means D is our key, D major or D minor. Okay, now think of scale degree content here, and we've got flat 6, sharp 4, lowered 3, and D, scale degree 1. Okay, now this is the tip-off right here that we're dealing with the German 6/5. Remember, in the Italian we have scale degree 1 doubled. In the French 4/3, I'm moving up now to scale degree 2. One of those ones has become a scale degree 2. And as we move to the German 6/5, we go higher yet and bring in scale degree flat 3 instead. So that is the tip-off in terms of scale degrees. Now, it's very handy to memorize that it's a German 6/5 and have those figures, because it gives you another avenue to knowing that it's a German chord, a German 6/5. It's this interval right here, the 5th, that the others don't have. Italian 6 has a 6 and a third. Remember, the 6 is it's a shorthand for 6/3. There is no 5th above the bass. French 4/3 has a 6th, a 4th, and a third. Again, no 5th. So when you end up with a 5th above the bass, you know if at first you know it's an augmented 6. If you have an augmented 6 and you have a 5th above the bass, you know that it's got to be German. So it's that 5th above F, its presence, that makes that a German 6/5. So you can go either way. I've given you two ways. One is by scale degree, seeing that there's a flat 3. And the other way is to realize that that note will always be a 5th above the bass. And once you find that 5th, you know that it's a German 6/5. Alright, so we know that this is a German 6/5 in the key of D minor. That's the first thing we want to do, which is identify the chord. The next thing we want to do is resolve it. Remember, 2 stages here. Get the tendency tones resolved and then fill out the chord. Now this one's a little more involved. German 6/5s require special treatment because of that 5th. Look what would happen if I did what I did with all the others. Step 1, I'm going to take these 2 tendency tones and resolve them. They wedge apart. They each move by half step. And create an octave. So that's step 1. Step 2 is to get the other 2 notes resolved. Now here's where the trouble comes. If I were to take these to the notes of A major to create this 5 chord, I would just go like this. That seems very good, but notice that the 5th here from B flat to F has moved to a 5th here from A to E. That makes parallel 5ths. So to avoid it, the typical thing to do is to create a cadential 6/4. And then you don't hear this 5th right off. You'll delay it for here. 6/5 means you have a 6 first and a 5th second. All right, so you've avoided, oops, I got the wrong notes up there, but there's a sixth, and there's a fifth. You've avoided that direct motion from a fifth to a fifth. Now, it also says do a 4-3, so this 6-4 breaks up the fifths that you're getting here and here. Remember, when you write a German 6-5, you've got to avoid parallel fifths, and the most common way to do it is to do a cadential 6-4, moving to the 5. It's still doing its job. The German 6-5 is serving as a predominant to this dominant. You've just had to insert a cadential 6-4 to delay the resolution to the 5. In every case, we've got two steps though, still. Resolve the tendency tones and then get to, perhaps eventually get to, the notes of your dominant. Okay, so quick review. Italian has scale degree 1 in it, doubled. Move up the map, add scale degree 2. Now you've still got scale degree 1 in G, but now you've got scale degree 2 right against it. That makes it sound French. And here for the German 6-5, we've got scale degree 3. Yes, we've got scale degree 1 still, but now it's not doubled. We've got flat 3 in the mix, and that makes it German.